we are already a logistics giant because in terms of postal locations or locations in general, we have the most points to deliver packages, to deliver parcels, to deliver letters. We have started to take a real look at all of our postal locations. So for our major post offices, which I think we classify as the PMA 4 and 5, which fall in our parish capitals and our major towns, we are actually improving the commercial services that will be offered at these locations. So our first thrust was to look at 42, the top 42 post offices, which are our top earners, right? And so far, we are improving connectivity in these post offices. We are trying to improve the general customer service in these post offices, as well as the commercial services. So we are positioning ourselves, or repositioning ourselves as a logistics giant. Because as I said before in a previous interview, we are already a logistics giant. Because in terms of postal locations or locations in general, we have the most points to deliver packages, to deliver parcels, to deliver letters. So what we need to do is just to improve on the connectivity infrastructure, connectivity in terms of digital connectivity and connectivity in terms of transportation connectivity. And that should help to rebrand the organization because we are on a thrust to reposition, rebrand, and transform and recommit this post office to the persons in this country who have been committed to us over the last 250 years.
Right, and might I add that our 3 premium services, as you can see here, is our zip mail. And our zip mail is our next day local express service, and that is the service we use to deliver our tablets and our computers to our students and teachers island-wide. And you mentioned, how did we position ourselves? As the Postmaster General mentioned, we have been doing it, but since PMG's tenure, we would have strengthened, for instance, our transportation network, our staffing, how we arrange ourselves, even how we store these devices in our warehouse and so on. So trust and speed is what we are really working with right now, and we're doing very well. And as you would have noted, we have delivered safely 75,000 of those tablets and laptops. So we are doing very well, and we have the capacity to do much more, and you will be seeing much more partnerships in the near future. And another of our premium service is our online shopping facility, which is Click and Ship, and you would have seen us on the television and the airwaves over the last 350 celebration. Yes, and we have Fast Track as well. So Fast Track, Zip Mail, our local next day, and our Click and Ship. That's what will be here to stay the next 250 years, right?
And I just want to add that we have been doing an organizational review and some of the capacity deficits, right? There are some technical competencies that have been absent from the organization over time. We have identified them. We have engaged in the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service, who has been providing us with some form of support in getting the requisite personnel, positions established for us to recruit the requisite personnel within the organization to strengthen its ability to deliver to the public, right? So we are on a thrust to transform the entity, and so far so good. And we have been getting a lot of support from government agencies, and we are actually looking at other partnerships with government agencies. TAJ.
And you guys are also partnering with the NEEDS initiative.
We are actually,
that's a very good one.
It's also a major partner.
Yes, a major partner.
Right, so that arrangement is a symbiotic arrangement. We are benefiting, they are benefiting,
Yes.
and I mean there are bright days ahead because they will be rolling out in 24 post office locations.
Yes.
And it should
Starting
help us.
this year.
It should help us also in terms of connectivity.
Yes.
It will help us in terms of improving our infrastructure.
Yes.
Right? And I mean, it will help us in terms of rebranding the post office to offer different services to the public.
Right. And traffic.
And traffic, exactly, to sell our products or to provide access to our different products.
And in this logistics network, how many post offices are we talking about island-wide?
267.
267, but the intention is really to look at about 130 in the next 2 to 3 years, right? So the thing is that the reach and scope of the post office offers us with tremendous opportunities, and that is what we are going to realize in short order.
And so in this pandemic, there hasn't been any fall off, any fallout in businesses?
In revenue?
In revenue, yes, sir.
In terms of letter mail, which is not
Right.
unusual because we have seen a decline over the years, and you would have seen it more now. But what we have seen, as I said though, in terms of revenue, it is not low because, as I said, moving goods and services from point A to point B, that has been on a steady increase.
In fact, we have seen an increase in terms of the uptake of zip mail.
Yes.
Right, so more persons are using
Yes,
zip mail to
locally.
move their products.
Yes.
Right, so
And packages
packages in general.
internationally and so on. Click and ship as we mentioned. So
Right.
we are not really seeing that. But
So-
letter mail is going down, and that is why we are repositioning ourselves now to
Right.
move goods and services.
So going forward, there will be a thrust to enhance our capability, our capacity, and our service delivery in
Click and ship, express mail service,
zip mail,
zip mail,
and
fast track, Jamaica Post, one entity.